stepped into the Jared Briggs Show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second episode of me going live on social media. So all of you know I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Wherever you're joining from, leave a comment, like. Last week's episode went really well. I posted it to my podcast show, the Jared Briggs Show, on Apple and Spotify, and actually had quite a few listens on there. I was pleased to see that. And I even had a friend message me right after I hung up or ended the live, whatever you want to call it, end stream, and they listened to a lot of it and they really enjoyed it. So I appreciate those things. I really do. I really appreciate those things. So this is going to be something that I'm really going to work on doing every single week. The goal is to do it from 12:45 to 1:30 Mountain Time. If people are live, want to comment, I'm going to try to figure out how to bring people on live as well so we can have conversations. I would like to make this the goal, the focus of this is where people can join live. We can do a little bit of life coaching. People can ask questions, we can have a conversation and really get into things. But right now it's just going to be like this until we get more of those things built up. So I appreciate you guys being here and listening. Wherever you're listening from, leave a comment, leave a like, and share it to your story if you would, please, so other people can find it. That's how we're going to reach more people. All right. The topic of this week is going to be around start living your life. I love that topic. And I picked that topic because I think it's one of the biggest problems in today's world. People aren't living their life. People are living just a life that was presented to them, a life that kind of fell into their lap. I even see people going to school and you're like, oh, what are you going to school? I don't know. I think I'm going to do this. Why not go do something you really want to do? Go start living your life, your true dreams, your true goals. So I want to start out with this topic. Let's start living your life, but very specifically in our Invictus call yesterday with Justin and I. We do a live call every single Tuesday. It's our coaching group. People can join, be a part of the call. We've got some courses and different things that we're working on in there. We had a call and a topic about faith. And when we talk about faith, which we call the quad, faith is everything, including your connection with God, your relationship with God, but then also yourself, like your true inner self, you being in the true purpose and reason you were put on this earth to be, for you to really step into your true potential, your authentic self. That is the whole purpose of faith. And we talked about this whole topic of start living your life. And I made the comment, I think it is really hard to start living your true life if you are focused on living just a life that's presented to you or the life that's just happened in front of you. And what I mean is, I find myself in a moment of doing insurance and I feel like I'm forcing my income. I'm forcing success. I'm forcing growth. And when I'm in a moment of coaching, when I'm in a moment of podcasting, when I'm in a moment of one-on-one coaching, I shared an experience last week of a one-on-one call that I did with somebody, and it was like an hour and 8 minutes, and it literally felt like 8 minutes. I feel like the reason why is because that is my true, authentic self. That is my true passion. That is my true career, my goals, my dreams, the life that I dream of, my perfect day. You guys will hear me talk about this. Have you ever written out your perfect day? Like honestly sat down, got out a piece of paper, or turned on your video. I've really gotten into doing like audio journaling. There's an app that I use on my iPad and I can type or I can voice or audio or video, and I can do that with journaling. Whatever it is, do something, whether it's a written journal or audio or any of those things, sit down and really plan and think about what is your perfect day, like what time it is that you wake up, what time you go to bed, what it is that you do for a career, your job, your business, how much money did you make that day, what was the time you spent with your family, who were the people that you hung out with. If there was zero limitation, zero, it's almost like the world doesn't even exist, but you can just do anything that you want, what would that be? What would your perfect day be? You see, for me, I think about that all the time. My wife and her side of the family, we just went down to St. George for the weekend, had a fun family vacation. And while we were down there, I try to find moments and opportunities that I can do that makes me feel like I'm living my life. Go touch your dreams, touch your goals, go be a part of them. And so I try to do things every chance that I can that way. And I spend a lot of time thinking about okay, what would be my perfect dream vacation, like coming down to St. George? Like, where would we stay? How would we get there? What would we eat? And I just try to expand my mind even more while I'm there. Every time I think about that, I think about what is the career? What is the business? What is the job? What is the opportunity that's going to make those things happen? And I try to step into those and really be that person or be in that thing. And so in the moment of like you really accomplishing your true goals, your true dreams, your true passions, your true desires, what is the vehicle that's going to get you there? Is it the job you're in now or the career you're in now, the income you're making now? Or are you going to have to completely change everything? You're going to have to completely change everything. You guys, our dreams, our goals, our passions, they die within complacency. They die within our comfort zone. Our comfort zone is it's an incredible thing because when you can create your comfort zone, then you feel at home, you feel at peace. But then if you stay too much in your comfort zone and you never step out of your comfort zone, your dreams completely die. Your goals die. Your everything dies. And so when you think of that topic, I'm sorry, I just got parched, you guys. When you think of the topic, honestly, of what it is that you truly want to live, so you can start living your life, I truly believe that to live your dream life, you have to step into 100% your authentic self. I really have a hard time believing that my dream life is in the current career that I am a part of. I enjoy it. I love it. It's an incredible vehicle to get me there. It's an incredible vehicle to build me to where I am now and to do the things that I've been able to do. But I've got to step out of my comfort zone. And I truly believe this. And this is why I'm doing more of this kind of stuff and the podcasting and all that to truly build the life, the goals, the dreams, everything that I like fully see myself as. I've got to step out of that comfort zone. And I've got to go 100% all into those other things. This is the next topic to go along with this that I talked about yesterday. I heard a video. I was watching a video of it's a comedian. He's super funny. I can't remember his name. He's a younger guy. But he really struggled for I think it was like the first 10 years of his career. He really wasn't making much money. He was doing everything he could and working other jobs and just doing everything he could to make it happen, but it really wasn't exploding. And then it did. Now he's making millions. And he said in the video, he said, I don't believe businesses fail. I believe people give up. That topic hit me really hard. And the reason why it hit me hard is because so many people give up, like, oh, this isn't a good industry. This isn't a good business. My business today, my insurance business, it is very different than it was even 5 years ago. Like the way I operate my business, the way I grow my business, the way I market my business, everything that I do, it's very different. And it's very different from 8 years ago when I very first started my business in March of 2017. The things that I was doing there, I don't even do for the most part. Everything that I do then, I don't do now. And I think people give up on their goals and their dreams and their desires because they're so fixated on it being this. Like, oh, I cut grass. How many businesses started out cutting grass? Now they're huge landscape, dirt, construction type companies. You can start somewhere, you can start working somewhere and building something, but you've like really got to ebb and flow and develop into the true authentic self that you are. The other thing is you will never be successful the way other people have. You guys, the way I've built my current insurance business, I don't know another agency that did it the same way. I really don't. I've talked to many other insurance agents, and I love asking the question, what was it that you did to get started? What are you doing now? How are you marketing? How are you growing? Just because I like to compare in the sense of education and knowledge based on what they're doing, based on what I'm doing, because there's so much we can learn from. I don't know anybody else. I've yet to meet somebody. Maybe there is. I've yet to meet somebody else that grows the business the way that I do. I spend $0 on marketing right now. There's the normal business expenses, right? But I'm not running Google ads. I'm not running Facebook ads. I'm not running any type of ads. I'm not buying leads. I'm not doing any of those things. I focus on a different avenue, and that different avenue has generated and created a lot of business for myself and my team. I didn't know that at the start. I didn't understand how to do that or what to do. It was just thoughts and ideas that I kept exercising and going on. That's why I truly believe that you will not create success the same way anybody else has. If you want to go be a car salesman, you can learn the scripts, you can study the scripts, you can say them word for word. But if you don't develop your own true authentic self within that script, within that topic, you're going to have a really hard time. And I truly believe that you're going to get a little bit of success, but to step into the true authentic self, the true authentic person you are, you've got to develop those things. You've got to really take those thoughts and those ideas. I'm going to share something else with you. There's a guy that's above me that I ask him questions all the time. Anyway, he just kept ragging on me to get on this. They have this online selling platform to be able to sell Medicare. And they have leads all over the country. You get in, you pay a fee, and you buy each lead and you sell. And he just kept asking me, dude, why are you not on it? Why are you not on it? Why are you not on it? You need to be selling in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 states. And he just wouldn't leave it alone. Finally, one day I looked at him and I knew exactly how many people there's 2 or 3 counties right here. There's 1, 2, 3 counties right here in my office location that are really close. Within a couple hours, I can be in a couple, 3 different counties selling in multiple different little towns and cities. And he kept bringing this up, and finally one day I was like, dude, I have in just these counties almost 400 people turning 65 in the next 12 months. If I could gain even 50% of those, that would be a really good year for my business. So why the heck am I out chasing everything else and everyone else when I can't even control my local market? Why would I do that? And he was like, huh, yeah, you're right. And it's created a whole different conversation. I've even heard him change his tone a little bit about all the other agents that he's talking to. That's where you can do it like everybody else, but guess what? You're going to get the same results. I know a lot of agents, they sell a lot of different states all over the phone, but guess what? They lose a lot of clients because they have zero personal relationship. They don't know them from Adam. They have no personal connection with them. I wanted to focus on personal connection. That's my authentic self. I feel like one of my talents, one of my skills is being able to create a personal relationship and connecting with people. And I realized this within a couple of years in my business. I'm like, I really enjoy building a relationship. I really enjoy building personal connection. I enjoy building referral partners. And so I finally come up with the idea of what I do now. And I had multiple people tell me I was crazy. They're like, you're not going to make it that way. You have to buy leads. You have to do that. And I'm like, I'm going to give it a try. My business exploded. And I truly believe that the reason why is because I stepped more into my authentic self. I was able to connect with more people. I was able to grow more because I was being who I truly desired to be, that I truly wanted to be, in the way that I wanted to grow and to develop. And so I truly believe that it's going to be really hard to build the true dream life and career goals and all those things that you have if you are not stepping into that person that you were put on this earth to be. Okay? Now, I'm going to go back to another topic here. And that topic is build your own life. 100% build your own life. You get down to here. On the topic of start living your life. Now, I've talked about this, but I want to talk about it again. What is it that you truly want? Who is it that you truly want to be? What is it that you want to build? What life is it you want to have? I'm going to give you an exercise. I've talked about this before, but repetition is key, ladies and gentlemen. Repetition is key. What are 25 experiences that you would like to have? Now I'm talking full-on experiences. You want to fly to Hawaii and spend a week in Hawaii. You want to go to a jazz game playing this specific team. You want to fly to New York and go to downtown. You want to go to a Broadway show. You want to go to the Bahamas. You want to go on a cruise. Now, these 25 experiences have to be 100% authentic for you, not for your spouse, not for your family, not for your kids, not for your parents, none of those things. Now, it may be an experience you want to have. Hey, I want the experience of buying my family a home, or buying my mom a home, or paying off my parents' home. Whatever the experience is, but it has to be something for you, not something where your wife's, I really want to go to the Bahamas. Great. That's something you guys can put on your goal list together. But I want this, and this needs to be a list for just you and only you. 25 experiences. Have you guys built the list? If you guys have listened to my show, if you've been a part of this, I've talked about it before. Have you sat down and have you built this list of 25 things that you want to experience? The next thing is the list of 25 items: a truck, a car, a house, a gun, specific tickets, a watch, a necklace, jewelry, whatever it is. It can be anything. 25 items. Now, this isn't on the topic of being materialistic. That's not what you're doing here. Get that crap out of your head. You're not being materialistic. There is no such thing as being materialistic. The only thing Where you're being materialistic is if you're worshiping your stuff more than you worship God, more than you believe in faith. I don't believe, for the most part, most everybody's good people. Everybody uses this topic of, oh, you're being materialistic. That's a justification and a complete excuse for you to not step into your true self and your true being. You see, if I sit here and say, oh, well, that's being materialistic, that is just an excuse to keep me away from doing the thing that's going to help me step into my true potential, my true goals, my true dreams, my true desires. You're not being materialistic, ladies and gentlemen. I actually look at you not doing this as being materialistic. Why would God give man and woman knowledge to create these things? This mic, this computer, this camera, my truck, my phone. Why would God give man and woman knowledge to build these things if he didn't want us to enjoy them? Look how beneficial these things are. Look how fun they are. Now, if I worshiped this phone way more than I worshiped God, and I had zero faith and zero relationship, and I freaking idolized over this thing, and I freaking caused contention and strife in my life because I can't go without my phone, that's the problem. Okay, but buying the vehicle you want to buy because it makes you feel good, makes you look good, it makes you perform good, it makes you excited, it makes you feel good about yourself, it makes you perform better, there's nothing wrong with that. So I want you to sit down and make the list of 25 experiences and then 25 items. And if you can, go further. Go to 50, go to 100, go to 250, go to 500. Create over the next year, 5 years, 10 years, 100 years, 150 years, the things you want to do, your goals, things you want to achieve, things you want to be remembered by. What would it really look like? What would it really look like if you sat down and defined those things? What if everything you already want to be is already right in front of you? What if the business, the career, the job, the income, what if they're already there? What if they're already right in front of you? You just haven't had the courage to put them down on a piece of paper and to really express your goals and your dreams to God. Because what do the scriptures say? Ask and ye shall receive. It says it multiple times in the Bible, multiple times in the Book of Mormon. I know I've read it in the Doctrine and Covenants. I know it's all over the scriptures. It's been quoted and preached by prophets and apostles and church leaders and spiritual leaders forever, for as long as man has been on this earth, man and woman. Ask and ye shall receive. What if by just you not asking, you not having a plan, you not defining the plan, what if that is the biggest factor keeping you stuck? I just went to a water meeting. Interesting. I went to a meeting with Farm Bureau at the Utah Farm Bureau. They were talking about the water. We've got a huge problem with water in Utah, the Great Salt Lake, and the rivers and streams and the dams and our drinking water and irrigation water. There's a huge problem. And I went down to this meeting, and in the conversation, in the presentations, there was like 20, probably like 30, 40 billion dollars in projects to improve our water systems. I share that for this reason. Your goals, your dreams, your passions, your desires, the things that you want to achieve, well, it's going to take money. It's going to take you to step into that true person for you to start living your life. Money is a tool. Money is a resource. And I remember thinking when they said this, 20, 30, 40 billion dollars just in water infrastructure in the state of Utah, in all the different counties. Think about that. Think about the house you live in. Think about the utilities. Think about the roads. Think about the vehicles. Think about all the infrastructure. You guys, there is millions and billions of dollars all around you right now. Now I want you to think of the world. Think about the United States of America. Think about all the other countries. Think about all the money. Think of just the roads in the United States of America. They're all connected. You can drive from one end clear to the other end, and all those roads are connected. That is billions and billions of dollars put into infrastructure every single year, every single day, every single month. Not to mention there's millions and billions of dollars in transactions in this very moment, floating through the air. Venmo, Cash App, banking apps, all of these different systems and platforms that are out there. So do we have a lack? Do we have a limitation? Or do we just live in scarcity? Because it's all around us right now. We just haven't stepped into and opened ourselves up to receive. You can't make money. You can't make money. You can receive it. You can collect it. If you forfeit money, you're going to go to prison. But you can collect money. I can create more value in the marketplace that's going to create more revenue. for you to start living your life, for you to start stepping into your true dream life, it's going to take you stepping into your true potential. Money is a resource. Relationships are a resource. Fitness, health, faith, praying to God. I just want to share this. You can do anything you put your mind to. You can do anything you put your mind to. But the biggest factor, the biggest thing holding you back right now in your life is when you sit down to write out your goals on a piece of paper or on your journal or in your phone, wherever you write your stuff. When you sit and write those things out, you're trying to figure out how to solve that. If your goal is to make $10,000 a month and you're making two, you're literally sitting there thinking, well, geez, I only make two right now. How would I get to 10? There's no way. I'm only at two. How would I get to 10? That is the biggest thing holding you back. The number one thing holding you back. What you need to do is you just need to write down what it is that you want. I want 10 grand a month. I have no freaking clue how I'm going to get that. I want to get married. I don't know where she is. I don't know where he is. I don't know what dating app to be a part of. I don't know what to do. Doesn't matter. You want to get married. Write it down. You want a better friend group. Great. Write out that friend group. What do they do? What are they like? How do they treat you? How do you treat them? What do you spend your time doing? How do they support you? How do you support them? Write it out. I want this truck with $70,000. Who cares? What color? What color is the interior? Long bed or short bed? 4-door, single cab. You want a leveling kit? Do you want a lift kit? Do you want aftermarket tires? Write it down. Get clear. Get specific. I want this type of relationship with Heavenly Father. Great. Write it down. We don't know the how, but those dreams, those goals, those things that keep popping into your head, into your mind, into your heart, those are things that God is telling you He is just waiting to give to you. He's just waiting. He's waiting for you to believe. He's waiting for you to put your mind to it. And then He's going to test how bad you want. Because guess what, you guys? It's not going to be easy. Nothing good is easy. It can be effortless because you can step into your true potential, but it's going to take work. It's going to take being truly honest with yourself and developing yourself and growing yourself. If right now you're a $30,000 income type of a person and you want to make $100,000, well, guess what? You're going to have to change a lot because the person that makes $30,000 a year can't make $100,000 a year. You've got to become the person that makes $100,000 a year. You've got to change. You've got to grow. You've got to develop. You've got to fix your mindset, elevate your mindset, improve your mindset. But you've got to know what it is that you want and stop trying to solve it all in that moment. Every morning, these are my goals. Every night, these are my goals. And I'm just working towards them every single day. I don't know how. Right now, my goal, my honest goal, when I sat down and looked at this podcasting, I'm like, how do I get to 1,000 downloads per episode? You guys, the most downloads I've had on an episode is like 47. Might have been more than that. But here recently, the most has been 47. I want to get to 1,000. I have no clue. Never had that. But that's what I want, and that's what I'm going to keep working towards. Start living your life. Not your mom's life, not your dad's, not your spouse's, not your kids, not your neighbors, not what everybody else thinks you should do. Your life. The life that God put you on this earth to live. You guys, we're going to keep it short today. We're going to keep it short this week. Start living your life and be the master.